Well, after the storm last night, just getting ready to go out on deliveries again. Hi guys, welcome back. As you can see, we're still in the grafter. I am fair to say I'm quite miffed off, and I'm going to explain why now. So as you guys know, I dropped my truck off at the bodybuilders on Saturday, I believe it was the 6th. It is now the 22nd of January and we still don't have the truck back. Now, it isn't the bodybuilder's fault. It is the PTO company's fault. So, the bodybuilders have done their work. They completed it. But what's setting us back now is a destroyed gearbox. Okay, so they were getting towards the end of the build, and obviously I gave them the PTO. They were going to install the PTO, make sure it all working properly. They put the PTO on, all seemed to be fine. Turned on the engine and it made an awful sound. Turned it straight back off again. That's not right. What's happened there then? Took the PTO off, and I'll insert these pictures here to the damage that was seen after a split second of running. Okay, so they cross-referenced the parts to the PTO company. This is the truck. This is the model year. You know, they even use the, I think it's the VIN number or the, you know, the chassis number basically. Yeah, right, okay. That's what gearbox should be on there. What plate have you got? So on the PTO, they come with different spacers for different gearboxes. Read out the plate number, or measured the plate number. 10 mil. Okay, and the PTO company goes, oh no, that's for a different truck. Sorry, we've sent you the wrong one. We'll send you a new one. But obviously, by that point, it had already made the damage. So it should have been completed. I should have picked it up last Monday. I think it was a week, yeah. So it was meant to be a week while I was away on holiday. I was going to pick it up last Monday. Hunky-dory, blah blah. All last week, I was fighting between, obviously, the bodybuilders and the PTO company. But now we've come to the conclusion, well, I've come to the conclusion that it is the PTO company. I didn't really hear any information when I was away skiing, but, you know, the bodybuilders rang my number and my mum picked up and said, you know, did it come with any fitting instructions, etc. like that? I'm like, well, it's, you know, I said to my mum, it's not very hard, it's just bolting something on. Anyway, so that's what's happened. The PTO company have messed up, and currently they aren't fully owning up to it. They have took a step back and said, well, it came with instructions, you should have done checks before you ran the engine. Right. I spoke to two Gearbox professionals, and they said you cannot check the tolerances on the gearbox and the PTO without taking the whole gearbox off. And they've clearly sent down the wrong part. The PTO company fully agree that they sent the wrong part down, but they're saying they should have made checks before they turned on the engine. So we've just got this back and forward all the time about, you know, no one wants to pay for it. So it's a tricky one, it really is. I sent a very strongly worded email on Friday saying this is impacting my business, blah blah blah, this is this person's fault. I'm currently delivering my D-Max, and the amount of deliveries we're trying to do, we can't physically fit it in anymore in the day. So that is then pushing our lead time back, and some people are having to go elsewhere because they can't wait that long. So I'm now losing business, and I'm spending more time, money and diesel delivering with this truck. So I'll be interested to know what you guys think. At the moment, nothing has been resolved, so I am going to pick up the gearbox. The gearbox has been taken out now. I'm going to pick up the gearbox this afternoon and take it up to a gearbox specialist and see what he thinks about it. They may be able to mend it, but getting the parts from Japan are going to be ridiculously long. I've spoken to Isuzu England. They don't have any gearboxes in the country, but there is one in Belgium that they could get to me in 7 days. So at the moment, complete best scenario is someone says something to me today, we agree, we order the gearbox, it turns up in a week or so, and we get it installed. And hopefully it'll be ready by next Monday. Like I said, the truck, the crane, everything is totally ready. It's just the gearbox and the PTO situation now. So I'm just pissed off. It's just one of those things. All these things are here to test you, aren't they? It was all going so well. I thought, right, I'm going to spend the money. It's a lot of money, you know, it's a lot of money. I'm going to spend the money, get it done. It'll be good for my back. And at the moment, the crane was meant to make my life easier, and at the moment, it's made it darn sight bloody harder. So I'm going to ring someone now and try and get the ball rolling. Well, to save me coming back again, risking it for a chocolate biscuit, four bags on the old D-Max. My first drop is in 8 minutes, so it's not too bad. I'll drop the first 2 bags off and I'll just have 2 on, so not too bad. Well, if it's going bad, it can only get better. Good news from the PTO people. I'm not going to mention any names from either side, but because I think it's getting sorted now after a week of back and forward phone calls and chasing and whatever else. But like I said, the PTO people have agreed to pay for a new gearbox, thank God, but we're not out the water yet. The closest one is in Belgium. Apparently that could take 7 to 10 days to be delivered, and then we've got to fit it, and then fingers crossed we'll have the grafter back. But I just finished off the delivery, and I'm only 20 minutes away from the bodybuilders, so I'm just going to have a quick look. I don't know whether I'll get the camera out or not. I might just film a little bit on my phone, take a few pictures. Obviously it's not in working order at the moment, but the crane is on and stuff like that, so fingers crossed we are all good in that situation. So I'll see you at the bodybuilders, where we can have a little overlook of the Isuzu Grafter in all its glory at the moment. So I'm looking forward to seeing it, but you know, we're not out of the water yet. It's 7 to 10 days at least. So we'll just have to struggle on with the D-Max. I am going to give it a wash when I get back because it's bloody awful. But the track is bad, it's mucky, and it will just get mucky again straight away, but not much you can do about it. I think I'm going to give it a clean. At least it looks half professional then. So yeah, all last week I was just feeling sick. You just think, oh, I'm not going to have to pay for a whole new gearbox, am I? Looking at the region of $2.5 grand plus VAT. Oh, it's just not what I need at the moment. So anyway, sigh of relief almost today. I had a phone call about a half hour ago saying they have agreed to do it, and they have agreed it's their fault they sent the wrong part. So yeah, this video has taken a bit of a turn, but for the good. I truly believe, obviously, bad things happen, but when the going is getting bad, it can only get better. It can only get better. I think that's the song anyway. But hey ho, I'll see you at the bodybuilders. Here she is, 90% there. Which looks great, apart from the gearbox in the bed. So that is getting replaced, and then we've got an advertisement panel for the back to go behind the crane itself. But yeah, looking forward to when it's all done. Drop side looks great, nice and strong. So just spoke to them, and they're potentially going to move this, hopefully, to in front of the wheel, and then we can have the legs down all the time. Just make it a bit easier. But no, it looks great. Fingers crossed it'll be done soon. Right, just on the way back from bodybuilders to Oak Farm. I thought I'd just give you a little update. So the truck looks great. I am over the moon with it, if I'm honest with you. I haven't lost as much bed length as I thought. Like you would have seen in that little video on my phone, they're gonna try and move the strap box so the legs themselves are down all the time, and that will reduce how much time I spend at the delivery, because for drops right next to the truck, which 90% of them are going to be, I can just pull a lever, it will drop the legs down onto the floor, like underneath the truck, just to take the suspension roll out of it. I can drop the bag off, suck them back up, and they'll just stay in the down position, but about 8 to 10 inches off the floor. For further away drops where I have to extend out or go over a fence, I then can pull the leg out to give it more stabilisation, and then I can pressurise it down and take the weight. So we're going to try and move that strap box, just because otherwise I've got to pull the leg out, drop the leg down, then put them down. It all just takes time. I'm also going to drop off a reversing camera that I ordered before I even got the Isuzu, so over a year ago, with plans to put it on, but I haven't got around to doing it. They've got to take the dash off to fix a few things anyway, so I'm going to give them the backup camera, and they can wire that all in and get that sorted. So they're also going to try and put some strobes on it, so there's a few more things they're going to do. A backup camera, strobes, and then whenever the gearbox does turn up in 7 to 10 days, fingers crossed, all they've got to do is put the PTO on and be done with it. So that's the plan, current situation. But like I said, I am over the moon with what the bodybuilders have done. The strengthening underneath is, yeah, it's solid. So the whole subframe has been increased. We've also got a plate that goes from the subframe down to the chassis and ties it all in, and then they've also got a brace between the chassis to stop any twist. So I'm over the moon. And you wouldn't have seen it in the pictures, but there is an advertisement panel that literally bolts on with 4 bolts at the back, so it will be sandwiched between 2 pieces of aluminium, and it will just finish the truck off at the back, because at the moment it's a little bit messy because you can see all the crane and how it's all mounted and stuff, but you won't see that once it's all been bolted on. I am going to get back and, as I say, give this a wash before it gets dark. But that's probably going to be it for this video, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole situation. It's kind of somewhat been resolved now, but last week was an absolute drag. It really was. So these things happen. These things are out to test you. When the going gets tough, it can only get better. That's all I've got to say about the matter. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.